Also on Capitol Hill, Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin is one step closer to confirmation to lead the Department of Homeland Security. A Senate committee voted in favor of his advancement, but the full Senate still needs to vote. CBS News congressional correspondent Nikole Killion is live on Capitol Hill for us today. Nikole, so what do we know about that vote, and does Mullin have a path to confirmation?
Well, GOP leaders have made clear they believe he does. Obviously, as you pointed out, he passed this critical Senate committee where he testified just yesterday to become the eventual Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. It was his nomination hearing, and of course, following that, we saw a pretty close vote in that panel. However, 8-7, with actually the chair of that committee, Chairman Rand Paul, voting against Senator Mullin's confirmation. However, Democrat John Fetterman voted in favor of supporting Mullin, so that ultimately helped him get over the finish line. And in terms of this step, and Senator Fetterman did explain in a post on X that his eye in support of Senator Mullin was in large part because of his strong, committed, constructive working relationship with Senator Mullin. So, and that is something he expressed even in yesterday's hearing, talking about their camaraderie, even being on opposite sides of the aisle. So that being said, we don't know if other Democrats are going to be inclined to support Senator Mullin in that final vote, but Leader John Thune has made clear he wants to move this quickly, and we could see a vote in the Senate as soon as next week.
Okay. And Nikole, also, what do we know about the Pentagon reportedly seeking $200 billion in funding for the war with Iran?
Yeah, well, obviously, this was a figure that actually Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth was asked about in a briefing earlier today. He did indicate that that number could shift, but he did say that they intend to go to Congress regarding a supplemental request, which is something that lawmakers have been expecting would come to them. What they didn't know was that $200 billion price tag. Take a listen to the reaction we got earlier this morning from Speaker Mike Johnson.
I'm sure it will be detailed and specified. I'm sure it's not a random number, so we'll look at that. But obviously, it's a dangerous time in the world, and we have to adequately fund defense, and we have a commitment to do that.
Now, obviously, that is a significant figure if it holds. We've heard from some Democrats, though, express some concern and skepticism about that dollar amount, from people like Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries to rank and file members as well, including some senators here, one of whom laughed out loud when he heard that figure. So it could be a tough sell for the Defense Secretary once that official request is made. But certainly many here on Capitol Hill do realize the importance of supporting our troops. So we'll have to see how both sides come down on this.
Yeah, we'll see. Nikole Killion on Capitol Hill, thank you so much for your time today.